and Dad got divorced, my mama, she was so miserable and so unhappy. She locked herself in her bedroom and she didn't come out for 6 years. And in my mom's bedroom, my mama, she had 3 TV sets like Elvis the King used to have. And on top of each one of them TV sets, my mama, she had 2 VCRs for recording all them shows she wasn't watching. And for 6 long years, she stayed locked in her room, drinking vodka and milk and reading the National Enquirer and the Sun and the Star and flipping them channels. And then my sister graduated from school and the child support ran out, and my mom was forced to go out and get a job. And I know I don't have to tell you, it's a mean, cruel world out there. For a 50-year-old woman without no college education and no prior work experience, my mama, she had to go out and work one crap job after another just to pay the rent. So finally, fate or something led her to a place called R&D Trucking in Florence, Alabama. And they hired my mom as what they call a truck log auditor. Every Monday morning she'd come and audit all them truck drivers' logs. They've been driving miles without sleep or something. Her job was to catch them for the DOT fine. And there was this one truck driver. His name was Chester. And Chester was the biggest, meanest man at R&D Trucking. Chester weighed about 350 pounds of pure muscle and gut. Chester had the word Kim tattooed right there on his forearm. And legend has it, one night back in Vietnam, Chester killed 8 men in their sleep in order to escape from a POW camp. And now every Monday morning, my mama's having to call him into her office and bitch him out. So finally one day she just snaps and she goes completely off the deep end and she starts yelling at the top of her lungs and she says, Chester! Chester, every week you screw up your logs for you know I'm gonna catch you, you know I'm gonna call you in here and bitch at you. What gives? But Chester just looks my mama right square in the eye. And he said, Jan, it's because I'm in love with you. And I knew that the only way I'd ever get to talk to you was to screw up my logs so you call me in here and bitch at me so sweet. 6 months later to the day, my mama and Chester, they ran off to a tattoo studio. And he had Kim changed to Jan. And then they eloped to this place called Pigeon Forge, Tennessee. Some people think maybe I'm making that up, but we all know it's true. A place called Dollywood, and they got married there. And I just moved to Athens, Georgia, and I didn't have no money to buy my present, so I wrote my mama this song. It's called 18 Wheels of Love. And normally I'd do it right now, but tonight I'm going to tell you the rest of the story. A little over a year ago, we did this tour. We called it The Dirt Underneath. We went out and we played sitting down and we played acoustic guitars. We had a wonderful time and we went cross country and we were on our way home at the end of the 3rd week. And we stopped for the night outside of St. Louis, Missouri at this giant casino complex so that our bus driver could get some sleep and we could all indulge ourselves in some bad buffet. And I was walking back to the bus across the acres and acres and acres of parking lot with heartburn from the bad buffet, and my cell phone rang, and it was my sister calling. And she said, Patterson, it's Chester, and he's dying. It seems Chester got diagnosed as having the 3rd and final stage of congestive heart failure. And they called the family in to say their last goodbyes. And his daughter was supposed to get married out in California, and he was supposed to give her away. And instead, she had to fly in with the grandkids to say goodbye. And they all gathered around the hospital bed that they set up in the middle of the living room. And everybody was crying and so upset. And everybody said their last goodbyes. And they brought in the hospice nurse to take care of him because Mom wasn't able to do it all herself because he had gotten down to 125 pounds. And the skin was hanging off of his body like paper mache. And one day my mama was out buying groceries, and he was alone there in that hospital bed in the living room, just he and the hospice nurse. And he gathered up all his strength, and he pushed himself up off the bed, and he looked that hospice nurse right square in the eye. And he said, "So, when do I get to drive again?" And that hospice nurse, she'd been doing it for years, and she had calluses built up, but nonetheless, when he asked her that, tears welled up in her eyes and started rolling down her face. And she said, "Honey, don't you know who I am? I'm the hospice nurse. I'm who they call to bring in here to take care of you." And I mean, miracles can happen, but under the best of circumstances, you're not going to drive again. And we're going to flash forward to March of this year, and I was packing my suitcase to go out on the road with my band. We had a new record out. We were ready to go out and play a bunch of dates, and my cell phone rang, and it was my mama calling. And my mama and this little bitty dog they've got named Paris for some damn reason were on their way out to Stockton, California in an 18-wheel truck with Chester behind the wheel to go out and see the grandkids. And you think I make this up? I can never make this up. This song's called 18 Wheels of Love, and every word's true. Mom ran off with a trucker. Mom ran off with a trucker. Peterbilt, Peterbilt. Mom ran off with a trucker. Mom ran off with a trucker. Mom ran off with a trucker. Peterbilt, Peterbilt. Trucker, Peterbilt, Peterbilt. Mom ran off with a trucker. Mom ran off with a trucker. Mom ran off with a trucker. Peterbilt, Peterbilt. She can quit her job now. Thank y'all so much. It's been absolutely wonderful. It's truly been one of the greatest times of my life. Thank y'all so much for everything.